It's Wednesday, July 1st. Welcome aboard to this edition of Barnstable Today. I'm Kevin Friel.
And I'm Andrew Gobiel. Thank you very much for joining us.
Just a reminder right at the top, the meetings we cover are available on demand at the town's website. Check us out at www.town.barnstable.ma.us.
We're here today on the town green in front of Town Hall in Hyannis, the town of Barnstable. Everybody, of course, is making preparations for the 4th of July holiday. So what better way to spend the 4th of July, provided the weather is going to cooperate? We certainly hope it will. Head on down to the beach for either sailing or swimming.
Andy had a chance to catch up with two of the leaders of those two programs for the town of Barnstable over at Veterans Park Beach.
We're here at Veterans Beach right now on a beautiful day where next week the sailing program is going to begin, still called the Kennedy Sailing Program, if I'm not mistaken. Joining us right now is Pat McGrath, who's in charge of the operation. Pat, good morning. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thanks. So you are an alumnus of the Kennedy Sailing Program. Tell me a little bit about the sailing program and why, in fact, it's called the Kennedy Sailing Program.
Well, it's actually run through a grant, which is made possible through the Kennedy Memorial, which is just over here behind us. And all the donations that come from that go back into the program. It's for about 140 kids. Right now we have about 100 signed up. There are 7 instructors, all of which went through the program ourselves. It's really great, 6 weeks, only $75. You really can't beat that price anywhere. We go out, it's mostly a recreational program. We bring the kids out, try to have about 4 kids in a boat, slowly wean them off the instructors so they learn to take control of it and learn to sail on their own.
Now, tell me a little bit about the program itself. We've got intermediate, beginner, we've got advanced programs as well. We've got space for a number of new students. As a matter of fact, that's one of the reasons why we're down here, is because you've got a few vacancies for the program, which is going to begin next week. Tell me about the levels and what sort of students you're looking for.
Right now we have a lot of openings in our novice for our beginners. It's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9:15 to 11 and 11:15 to 1. Those are for people who have never sailed before, ages 10 to 13. Doesn't matter the age. If you've never sailed before, that's a class to take. We also have a couple openings in our intermediate class, which is from 1:30 to 2:15. That class is for people who have sailed a little bit before. Usually it's our novices who want to come back the next year. Usually spend about 2 years in the intermediate. And after that we have an advanced classes, which is recommendation only, just because it's so popular. Everyone wants to get in it, so we try to take the best, the most motivated kids who want to do it.
Now, do you have to be a Barnstable resident to sign up?
Initially you do, but now you don't have to. You can go down to the rec. It's located on Cell Street now at the old Armory building. Talk to the people there and they can get you signed up.
And what's the cost?
It is $75. It's really an unbeatable price. Nowhere else can you sail for 6 weeks for $75.
$75 per student, and you'll be able to get sailing lessons for 6 weeks.
6 weeks, yep.
It's not a bad program.
It's not at all. It's great.
Now again, and this is one of the things that I think bears repeating, the funding for this comes from a grant which is rather unique. Years and years ago, when they set up the Kennedy Memorial, they set that up as a reflecting pool, but what happened? People started actually throwing money in there.
Yeah, every day we have gentlemen who work here, and they go out with a big vacuum cleaner, and they vacuum up all the coins, which they also sell hats there for all the tourists who come in, and the money from the hats and the coins that they collect come back into this program.
You know, it sounds like a lot of fun, but I mean, this is serious business. Anytime you're out there on the water, you know, you have to be cognizant of the dangers. This is a very busy channel. Tell me a little bit about the safety precautions that are taken to make sure that these kids, especially the novice kids, are protected.
Well, all 7 of our instructors are lifeguards. We've all been CPR trained and first aid trained. Like I said, we've all been through the program, so we know what we're doing out there. It is a busy channel. We have the ferries going back and forth to the islands and into Hyannis Harbor. So everyone, first of all, has to wear a life jacket, as anyone always should when they're in the water. We always cross the channel together. We always start out with the instructors in the boats, and if the kids feel comfortable, eventually we start to take the instructors out, but only if and when they're ready. We always have first aid materials out there with us. We have walkie-talkies, which come back and they talk to the bathhouse, so that we're always ready and in communication with the bathhouse in case anything does go wrong, so we can get to an emergency.
Pat McGrath, the head of the Kennedy Sailing Program here in the town of Barnstable, looking for a few more novice students to sign up. So the program starts on Monday, and I would imagine you'd accept students even if they come in and start signing up on Monday and next week as well.
Yeah, into the next week we will. After that, it's a little hard. You start to fall behind, but probably about 2 weeks we can keep looking for kids. We have about 40 openings right now that we're still trying to fill.
Pat, a recent graduate of Holy Cross, heading off to law school next year, and I would imagine you don't want to do that. You want to be a sailing instructor full-time?
If I could be a sailing instructor forever, I would. It is just that great.
Very good. Pat, congratulations. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it. Very good. One of the other issues that we're talking about here in the town is the swimming lessons. Barnstable obviously offers swimming lessons for all of its residents and all of the visitors as well. Actually a proud alumnus, so my superlative swimming abilities came from, you know, your predecessors years and years and years ago. Yeah, right. Jackie Recker joining us right now. Jackie, you're in charge of the swimming program, town-wide or just here? Or?
Town-wide. I'm overseeing about 7 beaches, which all have swimming lessons, and those are the 7 beaches / ponds and lakes in the town that we hold the lessons at.
So tell me a little bit about what this entails. You guys still have vacancies, correct?
Yes, we do. There's only a few lessons that are full at this point. There's level 1s and 2s, which are the lowest levels, that are full at Douses, Loop, Millway, and Waquacket, but all the other levels, 3 through 6, and then we've also got an advanced progressive lesson, which is for the older kids who've kind of finished level 6 and want to really push themselves. And we've also got a new program going this year, which is Water Babies. First time we've ever done that here in the town of Barnstable, and you can start as early as 7 months. So you come in with your child for the Water Babies. We have 1 and 2, and those are at Joshua's Pond, Waquacket Lake, and at Calmus Beach, which is right behind us.
So tell me a little bit about, how long have you been doing this?
This is my 9th year working for the town, my 3rd year as the swim director. Before that, I was an instructor at Loop Beach down in Cotuit, the head instructor down there, and before that, I've been all the way up from a lifeguard aide, so I've been through the ringer.
And what are the kids like? They don't have to be residents, they can be visitors as well.
They can be from anywhere you want to go or anywhere you want to be from. If you're in resident, it is a cheaper price for the lessons. It's double if you're from out of town, but it's still pretty inexpensive compared to other places. So.
Now, as was the case with the sailing program, people need only call the Park and Rec, the Recreation Department, or just head to the Recreation Department on South Street.
Yeah, we're actually at the Armory right now. We're building a new building where the old one used to be. So we're right across from the Town Hall on South Street. Yep.
And again, the cost?
For the younger levels, for Water Babies and for level 1s and 2s, it's $30 for residents and $60 for out-of-town visitors. And for the older levels, it's $45 or $40.
So not only do the kids learn, but it's quite enjoyable for the instructors.
Yes, it is.
Very good. Jackie Recker in charge of the swim program here at Barnstable.
Thank you.
And as just mentioned, if you'd like to sign up for those sailing or swimming lessons, more information can be found at our website. You can call the rec department, and certainly a lot of fun, a lot of excitement built around those programs here in the town.
Taking a look at some of the meetings scheduled for this week with the holiday week right now, a very short, abbreviated schedule. The first one scheduled for this evening. The Hyannis Main Street Waterfront Historic District Commission meets at 7 o'clock in the Selectmen's Conference Room.
Now let's move over to the 4th of July events that are taking place in the town of Barnstable. Beginning on Saturday the 4th, the Barnstable and West Barnstable Parade begins at 10:30 a.m. starting at the County Courthouse complex and ends at the Village Hollow. The parade in Centerville starts at 10 o'clock, at Centerville Elementary, and ends at the Centerville Recreation Building. Over in Cotuit, beginning at 11 a.m. at the Cotuit Post Office, their parade will end at the Cotuit Elementary School. In Hyannisport, the parade in Hyannisport begins at 11 in front of the Hyannisport Post Office. There is a road race which starts at 9 in the morning. Over in Osterville, beginning at 11 a.m., their parade begins on Webster Street and will end at Warren Street. The parade in Hyannis starts at 4 Saturday afternoon on Main Street. Remember, there is a children's bicycle decorating contest right here on the Village Green that precedes the parade. There's also a parking ban in effect from 2 until 6:30 p.m. on Main Street that day. We have 2 concerts coming at you. First, the Barnstable Town Band will be playing on the Village Green from 5:30 to 7 in the evening. And the Cape Cod Conservatory Jazz Ensemble will be playing at Hazleton Park at 7 o'clock until dusk. And capping off the night with the fireworks beginning at approximately 9 p.m. or at dusk. Some of the best viewing options will be found at Hazleton Park, Bismore Park, and Veterans Park Beach. Just a reminder, there's a parking ban on Ocean Street, Old Colony Boulevard, and Calmus Beach. That will be running from 5 p.m. until midnight. And as mentioned once again, just head on over to our website for a complete listing of all of the events taking place. For Kevin Friel, I'm Andrew Gobeil. Thank you very much for joining us.